What's up, guys? Back here with a new video, and apparently something happened to the finals in the TUF finals in the middleweight division. Um, yeah, and before I get started, please hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate it, and let's get to it. So now Dana White has said now that Tresean Gore is out of his middleweight bout against Brian Battles to determine the ultimate fighter for the middleweights in TUF 29. Gore suffered a knee injury while training and preparing for his TUF final against Brian Battles, which I think would have been a great fight. I'm going to leave the description in the bottom of my breakdown of that fight on the bottom. And the now that Tresean's out, the person who lost to Tresean last, which is kind of a bummer, is going to be stepping in to face Brian Battles, in the finals. Now, Gilbert Urbina will be facing Brian Battles in the finals, TUF finals. And I think when it comes to that matchup, I think, I don't know, I got my money on Brian Battles. I think Brian Battles throughout the whole TUF house looked great. Like I said in the last video, he looked like he definitely was the Calvin Gastelum of TUF. He looks fantastic, and I can't wait to see how he'll do against Brian Urbina. Gilbert Urbina. Excuse me. Gilbert had good performances before getting stopped by Tresean and getting knocked out by Tresean. Brian Battles doesn't have the knockout power that Tresean has, so I either see this fight going to a decision, or maybe you never know when it comes to Brian Battle, maybe a submission, because he did get like the submission upset on TUF when he fought against Andre and got that choke, which is very surprising because he, like I said before, he got dominated in that fight. And yeah, that's the big shakeup to the middleweight finals. It's a bummer. Gore, won all his fights in spectacular fashion. And it sucks, if you guys seen TUF, his backstory was, it sucks. Dana White also said that he is going to book Tresean when he's healthy. So I'm ecstatic on that because I do want to see him fight in the UFC. I think he's UFC material. So with Brian Battles and a couple of guys that were in the TUF house, I think these are contracts, even if they're not the Ultimate Fighter, just because I think some of them are ready for the UFC and their respective weight classes. So yeah, there you have it, guys. We have Brian Battles versus Gilbert Urbina, which Urbina, looking back at it, he was alright. I don't feel like he was all that. He had good performances, but they weren't that memorable to me. My opinion. I think Brian Battles will win this fight in the TUF final. At least now Brian doesn't have to worry about somebody as strong as Tresean Gore, because Gore Urbina, definitely didn't. He has a little bit of power, just not the power that Tresean Gore has, man. And I feel like it's kind of crazy because even on TUF, if you watch TUF, Tresean Gore was called out for going too hard in practice, and I feel like sometimes when you go too hard in practice, things like that will happen to you. Like, I feel like, especially like if you got a fight coming up, and it's coming up sooner than later, the TUF finals coming up, and if you're still going that crazy, like, I feel like that's a little bit of your own doing. Like, I feel like you should be able to train without trying to like kill the person that's helping. And I feel like in the TUF house, Tresean trains like crazy, like hard. It's okay to train hard. I feel like in the beginning of camp, I feel like it's great to train hard, but when it comes down to the down to the wire, and you're getting close to the fight, I feel like you should just work on what you need to work on for the fight. Not go too crazy. Enough to stay in shape, obviously, but just not going too crazy, because I feel like going too crazy while you're training, sometimes it doesn't benefit you, and it doesn't benefit the other person that you're training with. Because then if you're hurting each other who else are you gonna have left to work on your skills that you need to get better? You know, I wish nothing but the best for Tresean Gore. I hope he heals up fast, get his fight going in the middleweight division, because I think he'll be a big problem in that weight class. I would like to see, you know, him in there. Uh, when he comes back, he just needs to work on some of his tweaks, like leg kicks. He didn't his last fight he didn't check really much of anything. Um, when it came to the leg kicks that Urbina was throwing, Urbina had good leg kicks in that fight. Um, But I think Brian Battles would. I don't know. I take Brian Battles for the win. You guys let me know in the comments what you guys think. And yeah, if you like this video, please hit a like and subscribe. I appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.